So he's sounding like he's answerable more to ECOWAS than to Nigeria.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching us from. This is Diplomacia, your number one digital channel on matters diplomacy and foreign relations. So today on Diplomacy in Focus, our attention is focused.
So he's sounding like he's answerable more to ECOWAS than to Nigeria. We in Nigeria, 78% of the landmass of Nigeria, 7 states, and 19 states in this country are saying no to an unprovoked war with Niger. It's not ECOWAS. His primary responsibility is to Nigerians, not to ECOWAS. He's not why he should send boots to the ground in Niger Republic. And for goodness sake, where are you going to get the troops from? The Nigerian military is stretched all across, deployed all 36 states of this country. Where is he going to get the troops from? Is he going to pull troops from the northwest, or the northeast, or the southeast? The only place there is some leeway is the southwest. And that will be a small number of troops. And he should be very, very careful. That is what I wrote there. He's going to do the bidding of the Western world. The fight in Niger is not our fight. It is going to be a proxy war between Russia and NATO. And this is what concerns me the most. We have been surrounded by countries now where you're having this proxy war between these two countries. And we're going to do their bidding. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has not even settled down. He doesn't even have his team, and he's declaring war without consulting the people, without the consent of the people.
Okay.
No, we say no to war, and we're not going to support any war. No, Nigeria, no. Nigeria is Nigeria, and he is governing 200 million people. We have to give him approval to do that, even if he's the chairman of ECOWAS. The president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is more relevant to us than being the chairman of ECOWAS. We that know are telling him things that his advisors will not tell him, that going to war, sending troops into Niger Republic will be a disaster. Unprovoked. We have had our own share of military takeovers in Nigeria. Nobody sent troops to us. What of Mali? What of Guinea? What of Burkina Faso? What of that Chad? That was the place where the French president was there babysitting the current president. Nobody sent troops there. We need to be very, very careful. Is there an internal problem? And we should be able to help them. And the reason why we are saying negotiations do not help, at the very beginning, you are putting on the table the threat of violence, the threat of force, and you're asking the other party to listen to you. You have brought your last trump card at the very beginning. There's no way to do it.
Coup d'etat, then your national constitution gives you 2-term limit, 5 years, 2 terms. After serving 10 years, you want to change the constitution for another term. Is that not a coup d'etat? Because you feel you have the powers to do that. The soldiers have the powers to coup d'etat. That is also another coup d'etat. And they are living with them there. They are there. In the name of civilian, putting on mufti clothes, calling yourself a Democrat, when you loot all the resources of your country, mislead people, torture them, imprison them, all their businesses to us, and you call that a democracy? Or a civilian rule, an illegally elected government? The leaders must stop lying to their electorate first. They must stop the corruption. They must stop looting our resources. They must understand that they are not a better citizen than anybody. They are given a responsibility, a role to play to help develop the countries and make sure that there is peace and tranquility and respect the constitution of the country. But this is not happening. Example is this government. This government has lied to people in 2016 that they are going only for 3 years. Was that not a lie? Who asked them to tell people that we are going for 3 years? Were they forced to say that? They went around the whole country, lied to everyone. When the people started reminding them, this is what you promised us, they threw tear gas on them. And the president is bragging, yes, when I threw tear gas in them, they never came back. Does that not anger the citizens? You throw tear gas on your people. Some of them are wounded.
Despite ECOWAS's ultimatum to Niger's coup leaders to step down from power, there's no strong consensus on the possibility of military intervention by the regional West African bloc. For the time being, only 3 countries have said they're ready to send in the troops: Senegal, Ivory Coast, and the largest army, Nigeria.
We are giving windows of opportunity for those who have erred to come back home. Democracy is what we need, and democracy is what we stand for.
However, Nigerian President Bola Tinubu, the bloc's current chair, has not yet secured the go-ahead from his Senate, which is required for Nigeria to mobilize its troops. The Senate called for finding other options, pushing back against using force. Some of Niger's other neighbors are firmly opposed to intervening militarily. Chad and Algeria, though not ECOWAS members, share huge land borders with the country and fear the repercussions.
We will never intervene with our military. We encourage dialogue. We want stability to come back to Niger. Nigerians themselves feel that the danger is imminent.
There's also the issue of Mali and Burkina Faso, both junta-led, who said in a joint statement that any military intervention would be considered a declaration of war. Niamey's junta announced it had closed Nigerian airspace as of Sunday. Should ECOWAS take military action, it would be the first time in recent years it will use force to intervene and restore democracies after military takeover. The bloc has struggled to contain a democratic backslide, with Niger's takeover being the 7th coup in West and Central Africa since 2020.